Hello students, our lesson for today ay ang mga nakikita nyo dito, Sudoku, Kenken, Magic Square, and Logic Puzzle. So, lahat ng konseptong ito ay madadaanan natin at magbibigay kami ng kakaunting mga introduction at iilang mga examples upang maintindihan nyo ang mechanics ng mga puzzles or problems na ito. Ano ang objectives natin dito? First, students should be able to answer and understand the rules of Sudoku. Alam naman natin na ang Sudoku ay medyo complicated kung hindi natin malalaman ang rules and mechanics nito. Second, students should be able to answer and understand the rules of Kenken puzzle using mathematical operation. So, dito naman sa puzzle na ito ay kailangan malaman natin kung paano sagutin at intindihin ang mga mathematical operation na nakalagay. Pero madadaanan natin yan mamaya. Third, students should be able to define a magic square and understand the rules. Lastly, students should be able to use basic logical reasoning to solve simple logic puzzles. So, lahat ng yan ay sana magawa natin mamaya at bago matapos ang lesson natin, magsisimula muna tayo sa Sudoku.
Sudoku is a popular number game. Numbers appear in some of the squares of a 9x9 grid in the most basic popular version of Sudoku. Using all 9 digits exactly once in each row, column, and the 9 3x3 subgrids, the goal of the problem is to fill up the remaining squares. So Sudoku is a 9x9 grid, and all you have to do is fill all the missing numbers without repeating numbers from 1 to 9 in each row and column in the given. Introduction to Sudoku. So, although Sudoku is often associated with Japan, its origins go back a bit further. The puzzle we know today first appeared in a Swiss magazine in 1979 under the name Number Place. But it wasn't until 1984 when the puzzle was introduced to Japan that it gained global popularity. In Japan, it was rebranded as Sudoku, a term derived from the Japanese phrase Suji wa dokushin ni kagiru, which translates to the digits must remain single or the numbers must be unique. So the name Sudoku literally means that each number in the grid must be unique within its row, column, and block. Is it a logic or a math game? So, the only goal of Sudoku is to arrange numbers. So, Sudoku is a logic game. As we all need to do is to arrange numbers from 1 to 9 on the grid without repetition, and it doesn't need to be computed. So, for the mechanics, in the larger diagram, enter a number into each cell such that every row across, every column down, and every block will include every number from 1 to 9. Stated differently, a number cannot occur more than once in a block, row, or column. In every column and row, the numerals 1, 2, 3, and 4 must appear exactly once. It is impossible to rearrange or alter the clues that were given at the start of the challenge. Use only logic to fill in the grid. So in this game, you should apply 3 rules. First, each row must contain all numbers from 1 to 9. Second, each column must contain all numbers from 1 to 9. And lastly, 3x3 block must contain all numbers from 1 to 9. So for this example, magfo-focus na muna tayo dito sa first box, which is this one. So kung mapapansin natin, may 3 missing numbers siya, which are number 2, number 8, and number 9. So, kapag nakita natin yung missing numbers na yan, maiisip natin, saan kaya pwedeng ilagay yung mga numbers na yan? Saan ba siya dapat ilagay? So, unahin natin yung number 2. Kapag nagpili ka kung aling box dyan ang pwedeng lagyan ng number 2, iisipin mo rin yung row niya. Kunwari, dito mo gustong ilagay si number 2. Tapos, bago mo siya ilagay, i-check mo muna yung row niya. Itong row na to at itong row na to. So, kapag nilagay natin dyan si number 2, pwede ba siyang ilagay dyan? No, kasi nandito yung number 2 isa. So, bawal na yung number 2 na ilagay dyan. What if number 8? Ilagay natin si number 8 dyan. Kapag nilagay ba natin si number 8 dyan, pwede ba siyang ilagay dyan? No, kasi nandito yung 8. So, nung sabi ko nga, pag lalagay ka ng number dyan, i-check mo yung row niya, yung dalawang nasasakupan niya. Kaya bawal si 8 dyan kasi may 8 dito sa baba. So, bawal na si number 8. Ang natitira na lang is number 9. So, wala naman ng iba. So, number 9 na yan. Lagay na natin number 9. So, next, ano na si number 9? X na siya. Next, 2 and 8 na lang. So, kapag nilagay ko ba yung number 2 dito sa baba, pwede ba siya? No, kasi may number 2 dito at may number 2 dito. Bawal siya. So, X si number 2. Wala naman ng iba. 8 na lang. So, pwede si 8. And dito si 2. So, complete na yung first box. Same procedure lang yan sa mga iba pang box. Basta, you need to focus on critical thinking kung saan mo siya dapat ilalagay. Dapat alam mo kung ano yung next move mo kapag mali na yung number. And dapat alam mo din kung nasaan yung right number. Kunwari, nakita mong may same number na sa column. Dapat, e-erase mo na yon, papalitan mo yon. So, ulit-ulit lang siya.
So, kapag tinuloy-tuloy niyo yung nangyari sa first box, ang magiging kalabasan niyan, ayan na. Tingnan niyong mabuti kung merong bang naulit na number or wala. Siyempre, pinag-isipan niya ng mabuti, inaral yung rules at yung mga mechanics.
Sudoku game is a Japanese game, consists of numbers. Kailangan mo lang po sa isang box is magkaroon ng makomplete mo yung 1 to 9 without repeating the number by the column. So, dito tayo focus dito sa box na muna na to. Dito na muna tayo mag-focus. So, meron na siyang 2, 6, 7, 3, and 4, and 9. Ang kulang niya na lang is 1, 5, and 8. Saan ko pwede ilagay yung 1 saka 8? So, hahanap tayo ng wala. Dito sa column na to, titingnan natin kung dito sa column na to, may 1 ba dito? Diba wala? So, pwede dito lagyan ng 1. Pwede ko dito ilagay yung 1. Lagay ko dito yung 1. So, kasi po, ang Sudoku game is kailangan wala siyang kaparehas by column. Ang sinasabi kong column is ito. Yan. Itong may color yellow. Yan ang sinasabi kong column. So, bawal na may kaparehas yung number by column. Kasi, etong column na to, magkukonsist din dapat siya ng 1 to 9. So, ang kulang na lang is 8 to 5. Bawal dito sa gitna yung 5. Kasi may 5 dito. So, ang gagawin ko, kung saan pwede yung 5. Saan ba pwede yung 5? Dito ko na lang ilalagay sa baba sa gilid ng 9 yung 5. Yan. And then pwede na natin ilagay yung number 8 dito sa gitna kasi no choice na tayo and wala din naman siyang kaparehas na number 8. So, pwede yung number 8 dito. Ganun lang. repeatedly, ganun lang yung gagawin mo. Kailangan walang kaparehas by column and dapat yung box na yun, yung sa isang box, makakomplete ka ng 1 to 9.
So, kapag nangyari yung sa first box, kapag inulit natin yung process, same rules, and mechanics, ayan na yung magiging sagot natin. And kung kanina, isang box lang yung binigay namin dalawa, pwede nyo namang i-pause yung video para itry nyo naman para sa sarili nyo.
And today, I will be teaching you how to play the Can-Can puzzle. Can-Can is a puzzle that calls for a combination of basic math and arithmetic skills, as well as reasoning to solve. The difficulty of the puzzles varies from really easy to extremely challenging. As they become more engrossed in the problem, students will find themselves practicing facts related to addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Can-Can Puzzle was developed in a Japanese classroom in 2004 by Tatsuya Miyamoto, a well-known educator. It was first released abroad in 2008 as an educational and adult arithmetic and logic puzzle. This straightforward yet complex puzzle, which was first created to enhance thinking, creativity, focus, and tenacity. It has now spread beyond the classroom and became a worldwide sensation. As for the mechanics of the Can-Can puzzle, your goal is to fill in the whole grid with numbers, making sure no numbers is repeated in any row or column. In a 3x3 puzzles, you can only use the numbers 1, 2, 3. In a 4x4 puzzle, use the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. The outlined sets of squares are called cages. Each cages must have a number that will answer the math operation. And for this example, we should analyze the puzzle first. In this case, the puzzle is 4x4, which means we can only use number ranging from 1 up to 4. Now, to begin, we start by answering the simple cages first. For example, the 4 plus. It is covered by cage encompassing 2 squares. Therefore, we know the two numbers must add up to 4. The possible pairs are 1 and 3. We place these numbers carefully so they don't repeat in the same row or column. First, let's list down the number 4. 4 is equals to 3 plus 1. Next, we should put the number in the squares encompassed by the 4. 3 and 1. Next, moving on to the 3 divided by cage, which spans 2 squares. The possible pairs in these squares is 1 and 3. Again, we place the numbers correspondingly in order to not repeat the number. 3 is equals to 1 divided by 3. So here, since we got the number 3 in here, we are not allowed to put the number 3 beside it. So in this case, we will put 1 and on the bottom we will put 3. Next, we analyze the number 7 plus cage. This spans to 3 squares. The possible pairs are 1, 2, and 4. We pick the pair that works without repeating numbers in the row or column. So 7 is equals to 1 plus 2 plus 4. Since there's already 1 in this line and 1 in this line, we should disregard it. And we should put the number 1 in this line because there's still no number 1 in that line. And next, we shall put the number 2 in this. Since there's still no number 2 in here, and there's still no number 2 in here, I decided to put the number 2 on the top. And since it has the 4, I will put the number 4 in the middle one. Let's move on to the number 2 divide. This cage encompasses 2 squares. The only pairs that divide to give 2 are 2 and 4. Again, we check the rows and columns to ensure numbers fit. So 2 is equals to 2 divided by 4 is equals to 2. Therefore, since there's still no number 4 in this box, we will put number 4 in that box. And in this box, we will put number 2, since there's still no number 2 in this box. As you can see, we have formed a pattern on the 2 lines. We can form 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 in this line. Next, we analyze the 3 multiply cage. This covers 2 squares. The possible pairs are 1 and 3. We place these numbers again while following the rules. Since there's already 1 in this line, we will put the number 1 on the bottom square. And since there's no 3 in this line, we shall put the number 3 in this box. So 3 multiply is equals 1 times 3 is equals 3. Next, let's head on the number 8. Let's just input 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, and 3, 1, 1. Let's head to number 8. So 8. The 8 plus covers 3 squares. The possible pairs are 2, 2, and 4. And just a reminder to put the numbers in places that they do not have the same digits. So we have 2 plus 2 plus 4. There. Since we do not have 2 and 4 in here, in this line, we shall put 4 and 2. And since we still do not have 2 and 4 in this line, we shall put 4 and 2. It's the only thing that crosses the 4, so we will put the 4 in the middle part. 4 and 2 in this part and in this square. Here. Now, we can check that this line can form 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we are done. Next is the 12. We can handle the 12 now. The 12 cage, which covers 2 squares, the possible combination here is 3 and 4, because these numbers multiply to 12. 12 is equals to 3 times 4. We shall put 4. Since there's already a 4 in this line, we will put 4 here. And since there's already 3 in this line, we can't put 3 in this box. Therefore, we will put it here. And as you can see, we are already finished. We can form 1, 2, 3, and form for the pattern. And that is how you solve the Can-Can puzzle.
So, ito ang second example ng Can-Can puzzle na mayroong 7 cages na kailangang sagutan. So, unahin natin tong 6 na may symbol na multiplication. Kailangan nating mag-isip ng number. Pero bilangin muna natin yung square. 1, 2. So, 2 numbers ang kailangan nating isipin. Pwedeng 3 times 2 or 1 times 6. Pero sabi sa rules, bawal umabot ng 4 or lampas ng 4 na number. So, cancel na yan. Matitira ang 3 times 2. So, lalagay mo dito. 3. Lalagay mo 3 at 2. Tapos, dito sa baba, makikita nyo, may 5 na may symbol ng addition. So, isipin na natin na addition yung operation. Kailangan natin mag-isip ng dalawang numbers na pag in-add sa dalawa or sa isa't isa, ay magkakaroon ng sagot ng number 5. So, lagay natin 5. Siyempre, 3 plus 2 at 1 plus 4. So, pwede yung dalawa kung titignan. Pero, nakasagot na kasi tayo dito. May 3 at 2 na. Sabi, di ba, bawal nang mag-repeat? So, cancel mo na yan. Ito ang matitira. Lalagay natin 4, 1. So, tapos na tayo dyan sa isa. Dito na tayo dadako. Tignan niyo to. 8 na may symbol ng addition. Isip naman tayo kung ano yung mga numbers na kapag in-add ay 8 ang sagot. Pero ilan nga ba yung square? 1, 2, 3. Tatlong number. Pwede niyong i-pause tong video para mag-isip kung anong mga numbers ang hinahanap. Okay. So, pwede naman itong numbers na sa tingin ko ay magkakaroon ng sagot na 8. Yan. 4 plus 3 plus 1 is equal to 8. Diba? So, dahan-dahan sa paglalagay ng numbers para hindi tayo umulit. 4, 3, 1. Dito naman tayo sa 9. Same operation, addition. At same squares, 3. Isip ka ulit. Ayan. 4 plus 3 plus 2. Kasi ang sagot niya ay 9, 'di ba? So, dahan-dahan ulit sa paglagay ng numbers. 2, 4, 3. Ayan. Tapos na tayo dito. Tapos na tayo dito. Tapos na rin tayo dito. Meron na lang tayong hindi nasasagutan. Kundi itong mga nasa taas. Ito, at ito. Yan na lang hindi natin nasasagutan. Sasagutan din natin yan. Dito sa baba. Ayan. Ngayon, kita nyo yung 2 na may symbol ng division. So, mag-iisip na naman tayo. Since ibang operation na siya, isip tayo ng dalawang number na kapag dinivide mo sa isa't isa, ang kalalabasan niya is 2. Siyempre, ito na yun. 2 divided by 1. Simple, di ba? Lagay natin yan. Dahan-dahan ulit sa paglagay ng number para hindi tayo magkakamali. Lagay natin ito 2, 1. Dito naman tayo sa 4 na same operation din. 4 is equal to, pero 1, 2. Dalawang square lang yung kukunin natin or dalawang number lang iisipin natin para magkaroon ng answer na 4. Pwede naman kasi yung 4 divided by 1. 'Di ba? Kasi simple lang, 4 na agad yung sagot. So, lalagay natin dito. 1, 4. Malapit na tayo matapos at tingnan nyo yung table natin. Wala pa tayong nagkakaroon ng repetition na number. So, as far as nandito na tayo sa pinakadulo ng example, wala pa namang nagkakaroon ng complication. Dito naman tayo sa 5 na may simbolo ng addition at dalawang square lang. Isip na naman tayo. 5. Pero, addition. Merong 3 plus 2 at 1 plus 4. Diba? Pero, nakita nyo to. 4 at 1. So, bawal na tong 1 plus 4. Ang matitira, 3 plus 2. Laging basehan ang table natin. Ayan. Kukunin natin yung 3 at 2. Ilalagay natin 3 at 2. Yan. Tingnan natin kung may mga nagkaroong repeated numbers. Yan. 3, 2, 4, 1. Tama. Dito naman. 4, 3, 1, 2. Tingnan nga natin. Wala naman. Dito naman. 2, 1, 3, 4. Wala naman. 1, 4, 2, 3. Wala naman ang mga naulit na numbers pababa. Tignan naman natin kapag iisang line na. Ayan. 3, 4, 2, 1. 2, 3, 1, 4. 4, 1, 3, 2. At 1, 2, 4, 3. May nakita ba kayong repeated number? Wala. Kaya, ang table natin ay tama. Bago magtapos ang konseptong ito, ang topic na to, laging tandaan na tingnan mabuti ang table, sagutin ng mabuti ang operation na binigay, at laging tandaan yung rules at mechanics ng Ken-Ken puzzle. Yun lamang at sana may natutunan ka sa pagturo namin sa'yo.
Now we'll move on to magic square. Interesting. Bakit siya tinawag na magic square kaya? So, in mathematics, a magic square is a square array of numbers where the total of numbers in each row, column, and diagonal is the same. To put it in another way, the magic constant is the sum that results from adding each row, column, and diagonal of numbers. Kaya pala siya tinawag na magic square kasi when you add all the numbers per row, column, or diagonal, the result will always be the same. Kahit bali-baliktarin mo ata ang pag-add, same pa rin ang result. That's the magic they're talking about. Kaya, magic square. Later, I will show you examples of magic square so that you can understand it further. Anong history ng magic square? Paano kaya na-discover ito? So, it seems almost certain they were first used in China several thousand years ago. The first 3 times 3 magic square is thought to have been discovered by Chinese Emperor Yu on the back of a turtle around 2000 BC. Imagine discovering a puzzle in the back of a turtle's shell. Kaya magic talaga siya. Very interesting. Moving on to the mechanics of magic square. So, paano nga ba ang magic square? Paano ba yan sinasagot? So, it depends on the square on what numbers will be the answer. Remember, you should have the sum of the integers. This means that the numbers you use in the magic square depend on the size of the square. For example, the 3 times 3 magic square. Sa loob ng mga squares na yan, ang laman lang ng numbers dapat niyan is 1 to 9. And the key part is that the sum of the numbers in the square should always be the same for each row, column, and diagonal. So, kahit bali-baliktarin mo yan, same pa rin dapat. Dapat same pa rin yung result na lalabas kapag inad mo yung mga numbers per row, column, and diagonal. So, in simple terms, the sum refers to the total of numbers in which row, column, or diagonal. And this sum stays the same kahit anong pagbali-baliktad mong pag-arrange pa niyan.
So now let me show you example number 1. As you can see, we have 3 squares per column and per row. So according sa mechanics kanina, sabi 3 times 3 plus dapat 1 to 9 lang. So bakit 9? 9 kasi 3 times 3 is equal to 9. I-times mo siya depende sa ilang square. Kapag 4 na square, edi 4 times 4. Pero dahil 3 yung square natin dito, 3 times 3. Kaya, 1 to 9 lang dapat ang laman niya sa loob. And remember, there will be no repeating numbers. So, bakit ang sum is 15? Bakit need 15? Bakit hindi pwedeng 16, 14, 12? So, it's very simple lang naman. Bakit 15 ang sum niya? 15 ang sum niya kasi, as I've told you earlier, ang nasa loob lang ng square na yan, dahil 3 times 3, 1 to 9 lang. So, yung mga 1 to 9 numbers na yon, you have to add it up. Kapag in-add mo yung mga numbers na yon, kailangan mo siyang i-divide sa 3. Kasi we have 3 squares nga. So, for example, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 and so on hanggang 9. So, ang equals nito is 45. 45 divided by 3. And ang answer is 15. Kaya ang sum is 15. So, moving on sa mismong table, let's say I'm gonna add 2. O, 2 plus 5 plus 3, 15 ba siya? Diba? Hindi. Hindi ka pwede maglagay ng kung anong number lang. It should be equal to 15. So, what if ang ilagay ko is 7? 7 plus 5 plus 3 is equal to 15. Meron na tayong 15. O, next itong row naman. 6 plus 7 is equal to 13. Dahil para maging 15 siya, mag-add tayo ng 2 para maging 15. O, 6 plus 7 plus 2, 15 na siya. Next, ito. We only have 4 blank squares na lang. And meron na rin tayong 4 na remaining numbers. So, yung mga 4 na remaining numbers, ilalagay na lang natin dito para makuha natin yung 15. 9, 4. Okay, so, 2 plus 9 plus 4 is equal to 15. 15 na yun itong isa. Siyempre, dalawa na yung natitira nating numbers, ilalagay na natin dito. 1 and 8. So, equal na siya sa 15. 15 na to, pati ito 15. Pero, kailangan 15 siya sa lahat ng anggulo. 1 plus 5 plus 9 is equal to 15. 15 na rin dito. 8 plus 3 plus 4, 15. 15 lang dito. Diba, according sa mechanics, kapag in-add mo yung mga numbers sa square, kailangan same yung mga result nila. Kailangan 15. So, what if i-add natin to diagonally? 6 plus 5 plus 4 is equal to 15.
15 din siya diagonally. Ito namang isa. 2 plus 5 plus 8, 15. Kahit baliktarin mo na yan, 9 plus 5 plus 1, ang sagot is 15. 2 plus 7 plus 6, 15 pa rin. So, ito na yung answer. Nasagot na natin yung example number 1. Inadd na natin yung numbers diagonally, row, and per column, and ang answer is 15. Same answer ba sa lahat? Yes. Ganito lang siya kasimple. Next, let's move on to example number 2. Makikita natin medyo dumami yung squares niya, no? Hindi na siya 3, 4 na. So, kapag 4 na yung squares, 4 na yung square niya per column and per row, 4 times 4 na siya. Sa mechanics kanina, pag 4 times 4, 1 to 16 na yung laman. And ang sum is 34 na. Katulad nung ginawa ko kanina, inadd ko lang yung 1 to 16, 1 plus 2 plus 3 hanggang 16, and i-divide mo siya sa 4 para lumabas yung 34. Kaya 34 yung sum. Babase lang palagi sa squares, kaya tinawag siyang magic squares. Kaya answer na natin tong example number 2. Just like what we did sa example number 1, i-fill lang natin yung mga blanks ng numbers, yung mga remaining numbers sa 1 to 16. And dapat, kapag inadd natin yung mga numbers na yan, kailangan is similar sa lahat. 34 sa lahat. Diagonally, pa column and pa row, dapat 34. Let's try this. 1, 14. Okay, kapag inadd ba natin yung 1, plus 15, plus 14, plus 4, is equal to 34. 34 na siya. Next, lagyan natin to ng 12 plus 6, 7, is 9. I-add natin siya ulit. 12 plus 6 plus 7 plus 9 is equal to 34. Now, dito naman tayo sa baba. 10, 5. 8 plus 10 plus 11 plus 5 is equal to 34. Next. Plus 3 plus 2 plus 16 is equal to 34. Diba? How about i-add natin pa row? Tignan natin kung 34 pa rin ba siya. 1 plus 12 plus 8 plus 13 is equal to 34. 15 plus 6, 34. Plus 5 plus 16, 34. Same na siya. How about diagonally? 34 pa rin ba ang result kapag inadd natin siyang pa-diagonally? 4 plus 7 plus 10 plus 13. 34. O, ito naman kabila. 1 plus 6 plus 11 plus 16. 34. Kahit balik-balik ta rin, i-arrange mo yung kung paano mo siya order ng i-add, same pa rin yung result na lalabas. 34. So, kaya siya tinawag na magic square. So, very easy lang naman talaga siya. Okay? Next is example number 3. As you can see, mas marami na siyang numbers. Ilang squares na siya? 5. 5 na yung squares niya per row and per column. So, dahil 5 na siya, 5 times 5. Dahil 5 times 5 na siya, balikan natin yung mechanics. Pag 5 times 5, 1 to 25 na yung laman niyang numbers. And ang sum is 65 na. Medyo malaki-laki na yung number, di ba? Medyo malaki-laki na yung number niya, yung sum, and yung nasa loob. Same lang naman siya ng process kanina. Ganun lang yung gagawin mo. If fill mo lang yung blank, yung mga remaining numbers na wala dito sa table, ilalagay mo siya dito sa mga blank. 17 plus 24 plus 1 plus 8 plus 15 is equal to 65. 23 65. As you can see sa mga examples natin earlier, walang repeating numbers. Bawal mag-repeat ng numbers. Four plus 6 plus 13 plus 20 plus 22 is equal to 65 ulit. 10 19 25. Ang hirap magsulat. 2 and 9 is equal to 65. Okay, add natin siya per row ulit. 17 plus 23, 4, 10, 11, 65. And of course, 65 na siya lahat. Now, let's try diagonally. Kung same pa rin siya, baka hindi na siya same eh. 15 plus 14 plus 13 plus 12 plus 11. 65. Ito ng kabila. 17 plus 5 plus 13 plus 21 65. Diba? Same siya. Yung sum na kailangan natin is kahit balik-baliktarin mo yan, yun pa rin yung result na lumalabas. That's all for Magic Square. As you can see, it looks difficult, but once you get the hang of it, it's very easy. And that's it for this magic puzzle. I hope you learned something.
So, we move on to the next lesson and pinaka-last lesson natin, ang logic puzzles. Ano nga ba ang logic puzzle? Ito yung problem na kailangan natin ng utak natin, kailangan natin silang intindihin, kailangan natin paggamitin yung problem solving, and most importantly, yung deductive reasoning natin. Kung nagtatanong kayo kung sino ba yung gumawa ng logic puzzle na to, siya si Charles Lutwidge Dodgson or mas kilala bilang Lewis Carroll. And fun fact din na siya yung author ng Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So, next natin is this, mechanics. Ito yung pinaka-relevant dito sa lesson natin kasi with this mechanics, mas maiintindihan natin, mas kaya nating i-absorb yung problem and matukoy kung ano yung pattern by pattern nila. Ano nga bang mechanics? Kailangan ulit nating, gaya nga ng sabi ko kanina, kailangan nating gamitin yung logical thinking, pattern recognition, and sequence comprehension. May makikita kayo mamaya sa mga example, meron silang boxes or grid na nagre-represent ng relationship between every possible combination ng kada item. Ano ba yung goal natin sa pag-solve ng puzzle na to? Ang goal natin is makapaglagay ng true marker, check, or false marker, X, sa bawat box na binigay base sa problem. Alam nyo ang may katugma nito is yung true or false na table, pero ang pinagkaiba dito is kailangan mong matukoy yung pattern niya. May problem siyang ibibigay and statements na ibibigay. So, kailangan talaga nating intindihin kung paano yung pattern nila, paano nangyari to, paano nangyari yan, sino yung may gantong bagay, sino yung walang bagay na ganto. So, mas maiintindihan nyo pa yung lesson pag nagbigay na kami ng mga examples.
So this is my presentation. So to solve this problem, we're going to use the deductive reasoning using these different clues. So for the first clue, Lian gets home from work after the bunker. But before the police, Lian, so therefore Maria is not the bunker and not a police. Then for this second clue, Christine, who is the last to get home from work, is not the nurse. So Christine is not the nurse. But since Christine is the last to get home from work, then from the first clue, the bunker is the first one to get home. So therefore, Christine is not a bunker. Then for the third clue, the police and Christine leave from work at the same time, so Christine is not a police. Then for the last clue, the bunker lives next door to JM, so JM is not a bunker. So based from the table, we can identify that Christine is a teacher. So since Christine is a teacher, therefore Nix is not a teacher, Lian is not a teacher, and JM is not a teacher. Then for Lian is so Nix is not a nurse, and JM is not a nurse. Then for JM is a police, therefore Nix is not a police, and Nix is a bunker, so we have Nix is a bunker, Lian is a nurse, Christine is a teacher, and JM is a police.
So three friends, Ralph, Chelsea, Kathleen, each has own different brand of cell phone. Their phone was iPhone, white iPhone, red Samsung, and a golden Oppo. First is Ralph phone is not a red Samsung. Chelsea doesn't own the gold Oppo. Kathleen phone is not a white Oppo. So let's answer this. So based on the underlying, Kathleen cannot have the white iPhone. So we mark this on X. Because Ralph can have the golden Oppo. And Chelsea can have the red Samsung also. So Kathleen must have the red Samsung. Ralph cannot have the white iPhone. So the remaining for Chelsea is the white iPhone. She can have it. And also the remaining phone is for Ralph is the golden Oppo. So let me fix this. The explanation to this puzzle is demonstrate a simple form of deductive reasoning. It more complex and the logic puzzles more involve more clues whereby I will like more on the brands of cell phone or colors of the cell phone and potentially some contradictory statement that need to be identified and resolved. This the method used is creating a table to visualize possibilities and the systematically eliminating them.
So in short, ang ginamit is logical thinking. Ang may mga X, yun yung mga walang cellphone, hindi nila pagmamay-ari yan. Yung may mga check, yun yung pagmamay-ari nilang cellphone. So that's all. Thank you for listening. But before we end our presentation, our lesson for you today, I will introduce your teachers. So for the first topic, we have Sudoku. Miss Kathleen Ayala. She created and explained the introduction and the example number 1. Miss Asia Relieve. She created and answered the example number 2. For the second topic, we have Can Puzzle. We have Mr. John Cedric Ferman. He explained the introduction and example number 1. Next, Miss Margaret Chelsea Mipa, she created the PPT, compiled the whole video, and explained the example number 2. For the third lesson, Magic Square, Miss Sarah Bianca Esplana, she explained the introduction and the 3 examples. For the last topic, Logic Puzzle, Miss Margaret Chelsea Mipa, she explained the introduction. Miss Danica Odi, she created and explained the example number 1. The next and last teacher, Sarah Paral, she created and explained the example number 2. So, that's all. Dito na nagtatapos ang ating lesson. We hope na may natutunan kayo, kaya nyo ng lahat ng mga naturo namin sa inyo, and if may example or may binigay yung teacher nyo na activity is masasagutan nyo na ng mas maayos kasi naiintindihan nyo na yung rules, yung mechanics, and kung paano laruin or isolve yung certain problem or puzzle. Thank you for listening.